Welcome to VinyasaMT version 2.0. Vinyasa is a web-based application designed to help you take control of your projects by allowing you to easily track everything that's going on, collaborate with everyone involved, and securely manage all of the related data. My name's Jane and I'd like to show you around. As you can see, this system is made up of three simple components: projects, workflows, and tasks. We'll cover the projects page where I'll show you one of the projects I'm managing, the My Tasks page where you can see the tasks I've assigned, and the Explorer page where you can browse through all the different areas of the system. First, let's look at one of the projects I'm managing. Now, don't tell my boss, but before I found VinyasaMT, this project was a real mess. With so much interrelated information, it was impossible to keep track of everything I needed to. But with Vinyasa, I can keep everything organized in one coherent location. I can track the people, companies, and groups involved with the project's milestones, all the parts and assemblies we're working on, open issues, and all the workflow processes we'll be working on until the project is done. Vinyasa even shows you the progress and health estimates whenever it makes sense to do so. It's easy to get an idea of how the project is going at any level. As you can see here, this workflow isn't going so well. Let's take a look at it and see what the problem is. Each workflow contains all the tasks that need to be done throughout the process. And yeah, it looks like this task right here is the culprit. Let's take a closer look. This task is assigned to my designers, and they estimate that they're 18% done with it, but they've already worked nearly half the amount of hours I gave them to finish it completely. So the system knows that this task is behind schedule, and it can let me know so that I can get things back on track. Now let's look at the log entries that have been made for this task. As people work on a task, they fill out log entries saying what they've done, how complete they are, and how many hours they've worked. It looks like Alan Williams has been working on this task, and yeah, I guess he had to go back and redo some of his work, so he's been stuck at 18% complete for a couple days. The task logs are also the perfect place to log any communication you might have about the task, so I'll log a new entry and let Alan know I'll help him out tomorrow. And I'll make sure he gets notified of my new entry by selecting him here. Alan will get an email letting him know I logged a new entry for him, and will always be able to go back to the task log and review anything that was discussed. Now let's take a look at the My Tasks page. This page gives me a quick overview and easy access to all the tasks I've assigned, and any tasks that have been assigned to me. This is usually the first place my designers and I go to because it shows us brief summaries of exactly what our top priority tasks are and lets us get to them quickly and easily. The next thing I want to show you is the Explorer page. This page lets you browse through all the projects you're working on in a tree view, just like a file browser. By clicking these plus and minus icons, I can expand and collapse different parts of my projects to browse for the area I want. This is perfect for when I want to get a bird's eye view of how my projects are structured, or if I want to go somewhere in the system and know right where it's at. For example, here's the workflow and its tasks that I showed you earlier. Let's click on the workflow and view it again. Here's the task I showed you that's been stuck at 18% and has fallen behind schedule. There are a few other tasks in this workflow. One's at 19%, one's at 22%, and there are a few more that haven't been started yet. Vinyasa actually takes those percentages and figures out what percent complete my workflow is and how healthy it is. Then Vinyasa goes a step further and does the same thing for the project. So based on how complete the project's workflows are, Vinyasa knows how complete and how healthy my project is overall. This is really wonderful because now I can see how my project is doing at any level of detail, easily recognize problem areas as soon as they become problems, and figure out what needs to be fixed. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about VinyasaMT. There are a lot of other great features I didn't have time to go over, but you can learn more about them in detail on the Vinyasa website. It's free to try, so I hope you'll sign up and take control of your projects.